Welcome to Talking Masters Footy with Sue and Flea.
Two women talking all things AFL Masters, the stories, the people and the love of footy that doesn't stop at 35.
This episode, we're looking at an important question.
Yes, why do we keep coming back?
It's a question we've both asked ourselves on more than one occasion.
Especially on a wintry Saturday morning.
Or on a Monday morning groaning as you get out of bed after a hard game on the weekend.
Yeah.
So, let's
let's
talk Masters Footy. We'll never get it. First up, we acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we record today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay our respects to elders past and present. We recognise their ongoing connection to land, community and culture and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening today.
So, Sue, why do we keep on coming back to Masters Footy?
It's a good question. Especially it's, we train on a Wednesday night. It's cold, it's dark at this time of the year. And you think, what am I doing? Especially as a coach, because you can't just go, I can't be bothered, I won't go tonight. You kind of have to go.
Yeah, as opposed to the team manager who can.
Exactly. Apart from the obligation that I have to coach, which is a voluntary role, the reason, actually, it does play a lot of into it because I really enjoy seeing women develop their confidence. And I get to see that a lot in coaching women's over 35 footy.
Yeah. And as you say that, so a couple instantly come to mind.
Do they?
Warriors, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just confidence in football. It's confidence to go and do other stuff as well.
Yeah.
It might be, one of our players, started playing footy, had never played before. And then next thing you know, she's doing dance classes and performing in traditional Indian dance.
Yeah.
Which potentially she might not have had the confidence to go and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but,
that player and others coming to Carnival this year, we couldn't convince them in the last couple of years.
Yep.
Just didn't feel that they had the confidence.
Yep.
No matter how hard we said, how much we pushed, the fact that just come along.
Just do it. Yes.
It's exactly the same. It's just on a bigger stadium, bigger field, a lot more going on around you.
Yeah. True. And I guess the other thing that then keeps you coming back is the friendships that you make.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us doing this podcast. If we'd never took that first step to go and play footy and develop the friendship that we've got, we wouldn't be doing this today.
No.
No.
On Saturday, I was behind the bar and someone came to buy a drink and she sort of asked, said what she wanted. I got out of the fridge, I put it in front of her and she went to tap the machine and then she just sort of did a double take and she went, "Oh, you're the podcast girl." I said, "Yes, I am." She was Mudlark's player.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So us doing this podcast too has meant that we've extended our community within the football community.
Yeah.
Now we've got to know other people much better. We do interviews with people that we hadn't ever met before, and then the next time you see them, it's like, "Oh, hi, how you going?"
Yeah.
So
and their backstories often come out in those videos. At Darebin, the little interview I did, and she had her two kids there, and her little bit of interest around that was that it was a milestone game for her. The very first game she ever played was on that ground at Darebin. So it just worked out, coincidentally, that her milestone was on the same ground.
Yeah. I think also, being part of a team in that team environment, you know, um, gives you a sense of belonging
Yeah,
as well. Being a part of something, people
absolutely.
like to try and keep fit and they'll go to a gym or something, but you don't quite have that social aspect and that sort of feeling of belonging that you get when
Yeah,
you're part of a team sport.
yeah. And, it's interesting, but once you're entrenched in your team and then you're going to grounds where there's, potentially 6 to 8 other teams going to be there across the day, a lot of people that you have no idea who they are, particularly in the early days of your footy playing, there's also a sense of protection in being part of a team.
Yeah.
You can walk onto a ground with 100 other people, you see your team, you make a beeline for your team, and instantly you're part of that, and you feel a bit protected
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
you've got, in our case, probably a dozen players, in the masters teams, 18 to 20 players all greeting you.
Yeah. Yeah. Making you feel like you're part of that.
I'm here, and you're here, we're glad you're here, it's important that you're here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Um, I think, fitness kind of comes into it too. It's really important as we age to keep physically active. Um, and,
yeah,
being, football will inspire you to do other things as well to try and keep that fitness up.
yeah,
I know, I like to go to the gym and do that as well as the footy stuff.
yeah,
So, um, I think it's also means that you're a good influence for your kids,
yeah,
you know, or if you don't
absolutely.
have kids, can be other family members,
Yeah,
people that you work with who go, "Oh, you're playing footy. I need to do something. I need to get off my
yeah,
backside and start walking or, do
yeah,
something." So you're a positive influence to that sort of sphere around you as well.
yeah, and I feel like we're creating, it's becoming a generational thing for us to do that because I know my parents, nothing,
Yep,
you know? My mother was a gardener. She did a lot of, gardening, but that was about it. My dad did nothing.
yep.
I don't know about your parents, but I do feel like that's a generational thing, and now we're
Yeah.
creating a generation of people that, at the very least, walk for exercise.
My parents were probably a bit different. My parents were different. My dad was a cop and he played local footy, he played cricket, everything until I'm just trying to think. He was probably in his mid to late 30s and he kept on getting injured and mum went, "Kevin, you've got to stop playing football." He went,
Yeah,
"Yeah, all right, I get it. I've got to go to work. I've got a family and responsibilities." But I can remember going and hanging out at the football when Dad was playing, and I would have been pretty young then.
yeah,
Um, and Mum was never super fit, but she liked to swim, so she would, we'd go to the pool quite a bit.
yeah. So
So
what
yeah,
about the competition side of it, Sue?
um, yeah, I think some people thrive on that. They really like. Some people like to win.
Yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Um, and being competitive and trying your best, and
yeah,
that sort of feeling when you've gone out and you've worked really hard, you've done everything to the best of your ability, but you're still lost. Still feel all right because you had a good crack at it. And not everybody can be on top of the leaderboard. You know,
no,
somebody's always got to be at the bottom. And we wouldn't have a competition if we didn't have the bottom sides. So,
excuse me. Yeah,
so yeah, um, it's it's something that I don't. It's not on the top of my list.
yeah,
But yeah, it's sort of in there around there to you know.
Yeah. I think team improvement is what, I think particularly you as a coach, having coached the same group of girls pretty consistently, um, is big.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely. And we can't talk about why we keep coming back without talking about how good it is for our mental health.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Sort of being part of a team, part of a club,
yeah,
having people behind you. If you're having a rubbish day, coming to training and having a run around, and you can't think about anything else when you're doing a drill or
mm,
executing some skill work. That all sort of falls by the wayside for a bit.
yeah. My interview with Dory and Louis, that came up.
Yep,
That's one of the things that keeps I actually think it was Dory, but Louis related,
yep,
who said that for her, training, that, the 2 hours of training once a week is her time. It's where she forgets about anything else.
yep,
She just comes, she gets involved in the training, and 2 hours, you know, go by where she's not thinking about anything else that's going on in her life,
yep,
and that's important. That's one reason why she keeps coming back.
absolutely. And it also, being part of that sort of team, you'll find one or two people that you probably click with really well.
Yeah,
You don't have to be best mates with everybody in your team, but you'll probably find that you get, a few like people that become really close friends, and you can sort of debrief a crappy day at work,
yeah,
or, you know, something that's happening at home that's got you a bit stressed. You can
yeah,
talk to somebody that's not involved in that.
absolutely. As it's a bit been going on with my family in the background, and, every single time I come to football, I've been able to kinda debrief with
Yep.
with the girls, or one or two, and, it's been really helpful
Yeah,
and
definitely.
relatable. I think every single one of us has had, you lost your dad, and then you were moving your mum out into care and stuff like that, and other bits and pieces is I don't think any of us have problems that one or other of the team haven't been through.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
the
you get
ones
some
with
good advice, that's the other thing. Sometimes things that you just hadn't thought about.
yeah, 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 yeah. People with, coming at it from different backgrounds with different skill sets and things,
Mm,
you know, or if they've been through it themselves, you know. Um, so there's definitely a lot to be said for the impact that being part of a team has on your mental health.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Um, so do you think that over the years, the reasons why you've kept coming back have changed?
Well, for me, no, because, I was really only involved solidly as a player over the period on and off for 2.5 years.
Yep.
And so, once I decided I wasn't really going to play anymore, then the reasons I kept coming back are the ones that we've touched on: friendship, community, um, belonging, identity, mental well-being. That that hasn't changed for me over the years.
Yep. I
You've
think,
been a player and a coach, so
yeah, and still playing and coaching.
yeah,
I love coaching. Um, I've coached sport since I was a teenager, and I am no longer a teenager. And so I've probably coached sport
hadn't
longer for
noticed.
than what I haven't.
Mm,
Um, and I just really enjoy helping other people improve. So
yeah,
yeah. Uh,
all right. Um, so I guess moving on from that little discussion,
yeah.
we actually did catch up with a few people on Saturday and asked them for their view. So let's have a listen to what they had to say.
And we'll
Hello, ladies. I have two legends from Port Melbourne Colts here with me.
We have a bit of a focus this week on what keeps some of our ladies coming back to Masters footy. So I'm going to ask each of you so you can introduce yourselves. Louis.
Hi, I'm Louis. What keeps me coming back is my teammates and the camaraderie we have. And yeah, it's basically...
How long have you been around?
I've been at Port, I think this is my 5th season.
Yeah.
But I've been playing for 8 or 9 seasons. So a few years at Willie and then over to Port. Yeah.
Okay, you must have a couple of highlights in that.
I do. I have, I've been lucky enough to play in a couple of premierships with Port.
Yeah.
One, Cup 2 winning and 1 losing. To have that opportunity was amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I've made lots of friends. That's the main thing. I've made lots of friends out of footy.
Yeah. Excellent.
That keeps me coming back.
Thanks, Louis. And?
Hi, so
Hello.
I'm Dory. I'm
Hello,
also
Dory.
Paul Colts, and I've been with Paul Colts since 2019.
Yeah.
So what Louis said, it's true. It's just, knowing that you're mates. You basically made mates for life, and also going to training is really the highlight of the week. So you can have, a really hard weekend with all sorts of stuff that happens around you, work or family. And then you go to training, and those couple of hours you just enjoy yourself and with your friends.
It's a bit of time for you.
Yeah, it's time for you. And then especially, I know, kind of forgotten, but during COVID we kept all in touch, and the footy team was a big part of it. Like, just stay connected. We couldn't train, but we were trying on the days when training would have happened. We had like Zoom chats, we had fun together, and as soon as we could see each other, we just did. And I think that's what probably keep us going. It's just friends that we made. It's people that, we all come from different, walks of life, and people maybe you wouldn't even meet normally.
Yeah.
And then you just learn a lot of things from each other. I think
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. I mean, and now we have sort of 2 divisions. We don't see some of the
but it's good that we mix them up at the ground. So
Yeah.
because we kind of, I don't know, I interact with all of them, but I have like good people and friends.
Yeah.
North side, for instance, and they're not in the same division.
Yeah.
But when we are the same ground, we always look and find each
you
other.
notice that, and then we'll have a gather round, and then there's always grand final day where you see everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my
It's
god,
great,
I'm singing for them. It's good, and that's one of the reasons why I keep, although not playing anymore, but why. I love it now that after, sort of since 2018, you can see people once or twice a season, and it's exciting. It's,
Seems to be getting bigger too, like more teams.
Well,
Different faces.
Yeah, I know, it's growing.
Younger
It's growing.
people.
Younger. Harder, they get harder for us.
They seem to get younger, and we seem to get older.
That's true.
All right, thank you. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very
Thanks.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, we have got Renata from.
Eastern Warriors.
So Renata, my question of the day is, why Masters footy? What keeps you coming back?
The camaraderie. I love the bunch of girls I play with. We're all in it for fun and a social aspect. We try every time we get out on the field. When we muck up, we laugh about it and move on. And we always gather around each other and support and cheer on.
Great, thanks Renata.
Thank you.
Hi, and now we've got Susie, also from Eastern Warriors. What keeps you coming back to play footy?
Oh, it's just we have a lot of fun. The team's fantastic, amazing team. Women are all very supportive of each other. It's just a lot of fun. It's the group, it's the people that you play with. Not really, the game's good, but it's the people that brings you back.
So I think at the end of it, to sum it up, a lot of us arrive wanting to play footy.
Yeah.
And then
stay because of the friendships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the scoreboard sort of becomes less important than the connections that we make.
Yeah. And, I think the non-contact team, our non-contact team in particular, is a shining example of that.
Yeah. definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. We have a round 6 wrap up to move on to. So let's have a look at how things went in round 6. Unfortunately, though, we did have 2 forfeits in Division 2 this week.
Yeah, it's a tough part of the year. Injuries from the first half that need some time to recover. It's getting colder. People get a virus and can't play. There's also the travel aspects. They all impact on the number of players available each round.
Yeah. Can get a bit tricky, but we are playing Masters footy, and it's worth reaching out to other clubs, for support to see if they've got players happy to double up, because they often will. We know that deciding to forfeit is always a last resort. And at the end of the day, we just want to get out there and play footy.
Yeah, we're not getting any younger.
Nope.
So, round 6. First up, non-contact footy rush. Well, it was a horrible rainy day forecast for Saturday, but it was actually quite mild. Saturday morning, as it usually shines, usually shines for non-contact. But there was definitely a wind that favoured one end. At Eastern Warriors home ground at Edinburgh Reserve in Springvale, we saw Game 1, Eastern Warriors, 6 goals, 8-44, played Brunswick Mudlarks, 3 goals, 4-22. And Game 2, we had Parkside, 5 goals, 7-37, and they played Williamstown, 6 goals, 8-44, score of the day. And the Carrum Cowgirls had a bye. So a big thank you also to the Eastern Warriors players who helped out Parkside, who are a little short of players for this round. That's what Footy Rush is all about. It's helping out each other. If any clubs are short, Eastern Warriors do tend to have some extras. So always reach out.
Yeah. And so to the Division 1 results. So Game 1 at Roy Dore Reserve, Carrum Cowgirls 6-8-54 defeated Box Hill North, who did not score. Carrum's best were Jessica Board, Shannon Richards, Carly Cassapp, Cara Barker and Louise Devey. Goals were scored by Jessica Boyd, Jen Lely, Cara Barker and Shannon Richards, all with 1 goal. Carly Cassapp had kicked 2. Congratulations to Carrum on hosting their first round at their home ground for the women's team. A strong game by Carrum at their home ground. Another tough session for Box Hill North, especially with their captain AB out with a broken finger. Didn't know that. But as always, they did not give up and fought hard all day.
Then off to Game 2 at Edinburgh Reserve, where Williamstown, 4 goals, 8-30, were defeated by Port Melbourne, 5 goals, 8-38. Williamstown goals, Chia Sabatucci, Kate Splatt, Erin Farnback, on loan from Peninsula, and Crystal Evans, all with 1 goal. Port goals, Lisa Walsh with 2, Susie Karatz with 2, and Lisa McLean with 1. So Williamstown were a bit short of players this week, so some of the Darebin and Peninsula players jumped at the chance to get a game, topping up the numbers. Port came out strong in the first quarter, getting the jump on Williamstown and leading 16-0 at quarter time. Williamstown responded and won the second quarter 14-1. Pretty sure the wind had a bit to do with that too. So going into the last quarter, there was only 3 points in it. Port stood up with their experienced players, well led by Blouse, aka Belinda Blowie, coming out with the win at the final siren. A great game to watch and thoroughly enjoyed by the spectators.
Game 3 at Roy Dore Reserve, where Mordialloc 10-14-74 defeated Parkside Spurs 2 points. The Mordialloc goals were Melanie Tockner 1, Amy Newman 2, Lisa Marie Williams 1, Trudy Miller 1, Michaela Cox 3, and Naomi Brisbane 2. Mordialloc continue with their strong play in Division 1, remaining undefeated this season. Spurs' defence had a hard day, but as always in Masters footy, never gave up.
And finally, Division 2, just one game played this week. Sunbury Lions unfortunately forfeited to Peninsula, and Darebin Falcons forfeited to Wyndham. So at Edinburgh Reserve, we were treated to a great contest between Northside Lions, 2 goals 1-13, defeated by Brunswick Mudlarks, 3 goals 8-26. Northside Best, Jess Duncan, Amanda Brown, good old PP, Marie Napoli and Layla Pauly. Their goals were to Rosie Bussettle and PP. So neither side really took great advantage of the wind, and scores were tied at 13 points each at three-quarter time. But with the wind at their backs, the Mudlarks were able to get out and attack hard. Unfortunately, the game ended early, with the Brunswick Mudlarks player Rams breaking her lower leg, requiring an ambulance out on the ground. We wish her all the best with her recovery.
So here we are with only 4 rounds left for season 2026, past the halfway mark.
Well past.
So let's now go to what has become one of our favourite segments, which is our milestone moments for the round. This round, Brunswick Mudlarks had 3 players hitting major milestones. Peter and Deb on 100 games and Kate on 150. Sue had a chat with them while I was busy working in the canteen, keeping warm, and also got some footage of them running out onto the ground, complete with dinosaur mascots.
Okay, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, it's a pleasure to be here.
And so, Deb, who do you play for?
I play for the Brunswick Mudlarks.
And what's special about today?
Today we have a triple milestone, which is really awesome. We've got Peter Price playing her 100th game, Kate playing her 150th, and I'm playing my 100th. So it's a real honour to share the milestone with 2 absolute champions of our club and just great people, and I can't wait to get out there.
Fantastic. What I'd like to say is, you're the third one I've interviewed, and each one of you has included the others in their answer. So good effort, girls.
Yeah, they're just great people, and it's a real honour to go out with them. I think they're 2 people that play their footy with care and passion, which are 2 things that are really important to me and I think really important to this club.
Yep.
And yeah, I think we're just really lucky that they chose to start the group up last year. Now we have such a huge, amazing team with a fabulous culture, and we're getting some really great results too, which is awesome.
Fantastic. And so who have you played footy with?
Well, I played footy for a few teams. So I actually started my footy journey with Melbourne Uni back in 2007. I was actually coached by Ron McGorlick, who plays in our women's team, and Kate Francis.
Yep.
A bit of a hiatus, then playing for Diamond Creek in the VWFL, Terry Panola in the VAFA, and most recently I played the bulk of my games for the Yarra Old Cobras in the VAFA as well. So I've just joined the Mudlarks at the start of last season, which has been really awesome.
Fantastic. And what do you like about playing Masters footy?
I like that it's footy for fun. I think the best thing about like my year last year was getting so many new friends. The camaraderie on the field, the fact that kind of everyone's in it together. Yes, there is an opposition, but everyone applauds the good work of everyone, and it's a real community.
Absolutely. Well, have a fantastic game today.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Okay, hi. Today we've got
Kate Francis
from
Brunswick Mudlarks.
And what's special about today, Kate?
There's a lot of things special about today. For me personally, it's my 150th game of AFL, and I'm getting to celebrate that with Peter Price, who's celebrating her 100th, and Deb, who is also celebrating a 100-game milestone.
Fantastic, and we'll try and grab interviews with them as well. So 150 games, great effort. Who have you played footy with?
So I started my football journey at Melbourne University Muggers, so Melbourne Uni Girls Aussie Rules Squad. I was studying science there, and I read an article in the kind of student paper that, and this is the first time I even found out women played football, and lo and behold, Melbourne Uni had a team, and I thought, oh, I'm going to go to training, and I told my mum and dad, and my dad was like, oh, you can't go, you hadn't had a kick at the footy, and dragged me down the street and made me have a kick with him before I was even allowed to go to training. And the rest is history. I played over 100 games for Melbourne Uni, and then when I retired, I didn't play footy again, but then the Masters League started, and I spent my initial master's years with what was then the Coburg Lions, who are now the Northside Lions. And most recently, after a bit of time away again from masters, I've come back and playing at Brunswick.
Fantastic. And what do you like about playing Masters footy?
Masters footy is an absolute delight. There's lots of things to like about it. The opportunity to be active again, so physically active is great for your body, but it's also great for your mental health and well-being. The opportunity to meet a whole group of new friends and be inspired by your teammates and your opposition and people who, for me, I get most kind of joy and inspiration from people who didn't have that opportunity to play. When I first started playing, like I'm saying, back at Melbourne Uni, there was only one women's football league, and you pretty much had to be in Metro Melbourne to have the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
So now we've got heaps of leagues, but then to have a Masters League, you're getting an opportunity for women who are, 40, 50, 60 to pull on the boots for the first time. And it's a huge challenge to do something that you've never done before. And I get so much joy from watching other people have the opportunity and play and develop.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kate. Have a great game today.
Thank you.
Hi, and welcome to the podcast. Today we have got
Peter Price.
And Peter, you are with
The Brunswick Mudlarks.
And what's special about today?
Well, today we have a 3 milestone event. Myself playing 100 games. We've got Kate Francis also playing 150 and Deb Lockman also playing 100 games. So it's all happening here today.
And who have you played footy with?
So I started my career with Sunbury many, many years ago. Played with Pascoe Vale, so in the EDFL. Then started off with the Coburg Lions, that turned into the Northside Lions. I've also played with Strathmore, Coburg districts, and then last year started up our own team at the Brunswick Mudlarks in the Masters.
Fantastic. So lots of footy, which is great.
Lots of clubs.
Yeah, that's okay. And what do you like about playing Masters footy?
I think it's the spirit in which it's played in. So I really love footy for fun, and I think my ethos as a coach and a player has always been to get as many women to play the game as possible. And I think Masters enables people to be physical but also have fun doing it. I've played seniors and I've played Masters, and I think Masters is just so much more enjoyable. I absolutely love the people around me, the club atmosphere. I love that everyone's here for the same reasons. And yeah, I think it's just so much fun. Like I love it. I get so much joy out of it. And the joy of people around me as well. Like it's just amazing.
As you said, you're coaching as well this year, aren't you?
Yes, so head coach of the Brunswick Mudlarks last year and this year. Got the team up last year. The club approached me and I was kind of like, oh yeah, maybe. And then I went and spoke to the men's side of the club, and they were just so excited. I think that in many clubs don't necessarily have the sort of relationship with the men's group that we do. And that's what we've established, is this amazing relationship with the men's arm of the club. They back us and we back them, and we all kind of just work together, and yeah, it's really good. It's a really good culture.
Yeah, fantastic. Have a great game today.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
It was great to hear from them all about their football journeys, and I was very impressed by their support of each other. When someone reaches 50, 100 or even 150 games, it's a reminder that people keep coming back year after year.
Yeah, that is a reminder, isn't it? Because that's what we're all about this episode.
Absolutely.
And people that are playing that many games, obviously,
I've got the footy bug.
got the footy bug, and they keep coming back. So as we've discussed before, and everybody knows, there is an intra-league game coming up. So it's getting closer to this inaugural game, Vic Metro Intra-League game, which will be on Sunday the 12th of July. Teams are training and getting to know each other and their coaches. And a couple of episodes ago, we spoke with Southeast coach AB, and this week Sue had a chat with Chia about how the northwest side is going.
Hi, today we have got
Chia.
and Chia plays for Williamstown.
Yep, Williamstown. Plays and coaches.
Yes, plays and coaches, absolutely. And this year she is also coaching for
The Northwest. So
Yes.
Northwest versus Southeast.
Yep, so that's on the
12th of July. So Sunday, 12th of July, yeah.
Yep, fantastic. And how does it feel to be named the inaugural coach of that side?
I think it's pretty exciting. I think obviously when I had been asked, is it something that I'd be interested in? It was something looking at the league and looking how it's developed, and it's now split into 2 divisions, and being around for the last, say, 3 years, so not the 5 or 6 years, but something that really excites me, and something that you really want to get, obviously, women that are of age, like myself, and mothers, and, you know, as we get a bit older, you want to try and develop the league that it's fun footy, not necessarily like seniors footy, but also we can be competitive at the same time. So have fun, but still showcase skills and still be competitive. So yeah, it's really, I'm looking forward to it.
Great. And have you guys started doing any training yet?
We have. So we've had our first training about 3 weeks ago, and we'll have one more. So we'll run 2 training sessions prior to it, where the girls get to know each other and we look at where the positions are going to be and things like that. But obviously girls allocated from each team within the Northwest, for example, they're allocated based on positions. So we can kind of fill that team and not put girls where they don't normally play, which is good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. And I've forgotten the words that I'm trying to say. Don't you love it? And so you're not just coaching that this year as well. You're also got a role with Vic Metro.
I do, yeah. I'm coaching for the carnival, so I'll be coaching the 40s, and the likes of obviously yourself with the rush footy, and Christina Eddy for 35s and Blousey for the 45. So it's really good that we've come together this year as Vic Metro, and we're able to showcase obviously what Vic Metro's got within the age groups, but also work together with the other coaches. Whereas other years I think it's been quite separate, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think the Intra-League also really expands on that community feel that we have with our Masters competition as well. Yeah, and it gives the opportunity for people to get to know each other as well.
Absolutely, and that's what it's about, isn't it? Building relationships, integrating, I guess, that sense of belonging across the divisions or across the teams and across Vic Metro. Yep. For me also, obviously, I've got Christina Eddy. She's actually my assistant coach for the Northwest, and I think it's the likes of the Southeast also that they've got 2 coaches from 2 different teams, so it brings people together like that as well. And that's where then we can support each other and obviously help grow this league. So yeah, it'll be really good.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Chair.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I keep getting confused with Northwest, Southeast. I think I've got it stuck in my head though. I'm actually really looking forward to this game and seeing.
Me too.
Yeah, seeing sort of the best players in the competition come up against each other.
Yeah.
Yep, and believe it or not, there's actually a men's game as well.
Yeah.
They do exist. They get plenty of focus on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we are then moving on to round 7 and our preview of the round. So let's check out what's happening for round 7. And what is happening, it is Pride Round, which, season after season, we all super look forward to. Everyone gets really involved. We get in our pride colours and we really show what, inclusion is all about. I think we do it very well. We'll have more of a look at what that actually means to our players in our next episode. So, we'll be fleshing those values out. The non-contact footy rush, for the first time this season, we have a split round, so games at both host venues. All games arrive at 8:30, group warm-up at 8:45 and games start at 9. At J.L. Murphy in Port Melbourne, we see Parkside Spurs versus Brunswick Mudlarks. And at Ben Kavanagh Reserve in Mordy, we have Carrum Cowgirls and Williamstown. Eastern Warriors officially have the bye, but never fear, we will make an appearance at Ben Kavanagh Reserve when Warrior will verse Warrior in our beautiful Pride tops.
Yeah, which
to be revealed on the day.
To be revealed, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're pretty special.
Yes, I believe they are.
And then we've got our Division 1 games. So Mordialloc versus Williamstown at 10:15 at Ben Kavanagh Reserve. Port Melbourne versus Box Hill North at 12:15 at JL Murphy Reserve. And Carrum Cowgirls versus Parkside Spurs at 2:15 at Ben Kavanagh Reserve.
Okay, the Division 2 games for this round. Brunswick v Darebin will be 10:15 at J.L. Murphy Reserve. Northside Lions v Peninsula at 12:15 at Ben Kavanagh Reserve. And Sunbury Lions v Wyndham, 2:15 at J.L. Murphy Reserve. Well, Sue.
Yes.
Well, Sue. I think that's a wrap on this episode. I'm sorry, I was watching your face as though you'd read something that's not correct.
No,
Oh.
it's all correct. It's all correct. What I was thinking was we forgot about Carnival and mentioned Carnival because training has started.
Oh, yes.
There's still spots available if anybody has been sitting on the fence. As I said to one of the girls last Sunday at training, get off the fence and register.
Yeah, well, they will close at some point.
They will.
So tell me how last training went, Carnival training. What do you think?
It was good. We had quite a good turnout for the girls. And Blaus took
Sorry, you froze a bit there. You had quite a good
turnout.
Oh.
We had a good turnout. And what was I trying to say? Blaus took
Carnival
the session.
training.
The non-contact girls did really well, joined in with everybody else, ran their backsides off, and were a bit sore the next day.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what footy's about.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you think on the fence, jump off it, get online and register, or check with one of us if you're not sure what to do.
And, the ones that were a bit hesitant about Carnival are the ones that are coming and enjoying the Carnival training as well.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lots to learn, lots of people to meet.
Yeah.
Great experience.
Yeah. Just talk to anyone there isn't a single person across the league who won't rave about Carnival.
Yep. All right, so I think that is a wrap now then.
Yeah.
So thanks to everyone who did an interview with us this week, even Louis, who was a tad reluctant.
Yes, you wanted to kill you, Sue.
I know.
Thanks also to the people who reached out to us and said they were enjoying our podcast. Don't forget to support us by liking the episodes, commenting, and most importantly, subscribing. It's very much appreciated.
Yep. And also don't forget to let us know about any upcoming Milestone games. We love having a chat with them and celebrating their contributions to Masters footy.
We sure do.
So, whether you've played one game or 100,
thank you for being part of the Masters footy community.
Because every player has their own reason for coming back each week.
Yep. And that's what makes this competition so special.
Remember, footy for fun, and we're just getting started.
I think that's the best way I've ever done it.